Hi, and welcome to episode 7 of How to Work When No One's Watching, the home edition. I'm Ellen Goodwin. I'm a productivity trainer, speaker, author, and I'm your guide through this 10-part series of how to work when no one's watching when you're working at home. So today we're going to follow up on what we talked about yesterday, which was procrastination. And I promised you that distractions were one of the things that most people want to learn about because distractions, disruptions, they're one of the main reasons we procrastinate. So the question I have received regarding distractions is, I feel like I'm constantly being distracted or disrupted. What can I do? And chances are you could have written this. Pretty much anyone that's been watching could have written that question because disruptions, distractions, they just take us offline. So what are you going to do? Well, the main thing that you can do with distractions is to be in charge of your distractions of choice. And distractions of choice are the distractions we allow in. They're usually the things that we enjoy. They're playing games, checking social media, watching television, reading, things that we allow ourselves to get distracted by. And the reason we do, they're part of our comfort zone. We go there when we don't want to be stressed. We want to take a break. We want to reward ourselves. Oh, I did a good job with that email. I should play some games. We get distracted. So our distractions of choice are what we're really going to focus on because those are the things that we can control or start to control. So take a moment and think about what is your favorite distraction of choice. Think about how you go to it during the day, how you allow it to take you offline. So once you have that in mind, I want you to think about how you can make that 20% harder to do. 20% harder to indulge in that distraction of choice. So that could be as easy as saying, okay, I'm going to lock my phone in a drawer so that when I finish one task, I don't take that moment of choice and grab it and play a game. I'm going to make it 20% harder. That 20%, it's 20% harder for me to open the drawer, unlock the phone, and then go play my game. I do this. There's other thing you can do is you can schedule your distractions. Scheduling your distractions is going to make it more than 20% harder to do. And what does that look like? Well, for me, one of my favorite distractions is the news. And I enjoy looking at the news. I know it's not the best thing for me. It's obviously a distraction of choice. So what I do, and I'm not doing this so much now because I'm trying to avoid the news, but normally during an election cycle, I'm all over it. So what I'll do is I'll take my phone and I will schedule distractions. And I know grabbing my phone is a moment of choice, but I am stronger than that. And on my phone, I will set alarms. And the alarms will go off every 55 minutes after the hour. So 5 minutes before the top of the hour. So 9:55, 10:55, 11:55. And then there's another alarm that goes off at the top of the hour. So I'll work and do my things. And at 10:55, the alarm goes off and I get to go and look at the news. I can look at the news for 5 minutes. And when the alarm goes off, I have to go back. This works so good because the whole 55 minutes I'm working, my brain knows I am going to be able to get distracted. So it doesn't look for ways for me to get distracted. If there's a moment of choice, my brain doesn't say, ooh, we should check the news. No, I know I get to check the news at 10:55. Now, I make this even harder. And that is by making it awkward to do my distraction of choice. So instead of just sitting at my desk and switching over to look at the news on my big screen, I get up, I get the news on my iPad, and I walk around my living room. I can't read the news if I'm sitting down. I have to be walking. I'm making that distraction of choice uncomfortable. Staying out of the comfort zone of physical comfort, I'm getting the little distraction, but I'm not getting comfortable. Because we all know like what will happen when we indulge in a distraction of choice and we get physically comfortable. It's 10 times harder to get out of that comfy chair and go do what you need. But if you're already up and walking, it's less of a problem to get back to work. Now, you don't have to walk. You can just stand up to enjoy your distraction of choice. You can go outside, which sometimes isn't the best thing because it's too hot, it's too cold, there's too much snow, it's too much rain. You can stand in a corner like you're having a timeout. You can stand on one leg. You could wear gloves. You could put a helmet on. You could put something on so you can't really see. See, you just make that distraction of choice uncomfortable to do. You can also establish a zone around you where there are no distractions. No distractions of choice are allowed here. It's like a little bit like, yeah, you can't eat in bed. That could be your rule. So your rule could be there's no distractions within 5 feet of my work area. And this is especially important right now if you're working from home and your desk is a dining room table. Establish that 5-foot rule or 10-foot rule. You can do the same with disruptions, especially if you've got kids at home. Establish an area where there's no disruptions. And that may mean you have to have a physical symbol. One of my clients has a stoplight, a little miniature stoplight, red, orange, red, yellow, green. And so her kids know if the red light is on, they don't bother her. If it's a yellow light, they can ask to bother her. If it's green, it means fine, come and interrupt me. But the disruptions are limited. So, distractions. Overcome your distractions by knowing your distractions of choice and planning ahead for them. You can make them awkward, you can time them, you can make sure that they're not available. The distractions are going to be your number one way you procrastinate. There's a lot more in my book, Done, How to Work When No One's Watching, How to Deal with Distractions. But there's one more way that you can overcome distractions. And we're going to deal with that tomorrow. But it's the strongest way that I know of to be stronger than your distractions. If you have any questions, please reach out to me at ellen@ellengoodwin.com. Go to my Facebook business page, ellengoodwin.com. Subscribe to the channel here. There's a lot more to come. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. So take care.